The government is trying to distill the election campaign down to its two core strengths of economic management and national security. On Friday, Mr Morrison will seek to burnish his credentials on the latter when he meets in Melbourne the foreign ministers of the United States, Japan and India, who are gathering for a meeting of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. National Cabinet has been brought forward to Thursday to accommodate the meeting. With only 2 more sitting weeks before the election is called, the government has adopted a gloves-off approach to Mr Albanese. In Parliament on Wednesday, Defence Minister Peter Dutton noted how Labor had cut defence spending after it last came to power in 2007. "Our country was less safe because of this man," he said. Advertisement. If you're worried about where China is and where Russia is, if you're worried about the Ukraine, if you're worried about the geopolitical circumstances in this world, if you're worried about the uncertainty in the Indo-Pacific, you wouldn't vote for Labor at the next election, he said. Home Affairs Minister Karen Andrews claimed the people smugglers would be jumping for joy upon the election of a Labor Greens government, while Treasurer Josh Frydenberg warned there would be economic calamity. "The biggest risk to the economic recovery is the leader of the opposition," he told Parliament. Mr Frydenberg noted how Labor had once attacked the Stage 3 income tax cuts and had repeatedly, before the last election, labelled business as the top end of town. Mr Frydenberg dug back to a motion at a Labor conference more than 30 years ago to contend Mr Albanese would try to introduce death duties. Finance Minister Simon Birmingham claimed pandemic spending would have been $81 billion higher had Labor been in charge, due to such calls as making rapid antigen tests free and giving everyone $300 for getting vaccinated, even those who had already been vaccinated. It's an important contrast because you need governments who've got the guts and the ability to say no, to stare down special interest groups, to not embrace silly ideas such as vaccine payments that are unnecessary, and to focus on the things that are really necessary to spur private sector investment and economic growth, as our policies have effectively done, Senator Birmingham said.